Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to talk to you about Candyland. This was a blind purchase today at the Dollar Tree for a friend. It's on DVD. Anytime I see any movies that I think he's interested in, I send him a picture, and if he says, "Oh yeah, pick that up for me," I pick it up for him. So the cover kind of interested me. It's obviously a skull with candy corn teeth and a lollipop in the eye, and just kind of interesting cover art that stands out. So I was like, oh, what's this? Like a cheesy horror movie, I thought. Flip it over, and I love Gary Busey. He is nuts. He's in this. So I told my friend, and he says, I'm a sucker for Gary Busey too. Get it for me. So I've been trying not to really buy DVDs, been trying to buy just Blu-rays and things that I know I would really love or that I have already that I want to upgrade that I really love. So I ended up passing on this. However, it is free to watch on Tubi.tv, whether you have the app or you go on the website. So I just finished watching it a moment ago. This is a tough one. The beginning of the film is pretty boring, and my wife and I both really disliked it. At about the half, maybe three-quarters of the way point, it actually got kind of interesting, and by the end, it sits with you a little bit. I just wish that the beginning of the film was a lot better. So the story is about these two people that meet, and they become crazy, pretty much. The woman is in the middle of a divorce. She couldn't have children, and I think she had some kind of problem downtown, and they had to give her a hysterectomy. So now she can't have children at all, and she's mentally ill, or at least having these problems dealing with this. And the guy now that she meets was a like a I guess a soon-to-be tennis star or some kind of up-and-comer, and a drunk driver hits him, and he's now messed up and can't really play tennis any longer. So he's all kinds of messed up. They have a one night stand after meeting at a bar. Admittedly, she's a little older than him, so she's hesitant at first. And they decide to, instead of making a one night stand, to stay together and lock themselves in his apartment. They start painting crazy stuff on the walls. They start talking all about God, and they get all crazy as the movie goes on. They're very not that thinking about God or believing is nutty. It's the extremism in the film. The reason the movie is not good, the story sounds interesting. The way I just described it probably sounds pretty good. But the reason it's not good is because the movie jumps around from now to when they met to how they're acting crazy. It just feels very chaotic in that way. And I don't know if that was on purpose to make you feel the insanity that they're feeling as they're breaking down. But the movie ends on a very dark note, creepy, kind of sits with you a little bit, a little weird, and I enjoyed that. But the beginning of it, it was just kind of all over the place, and unless you stick out the ride and wait and then start realizing, okay, this is the beginning, this is how they met, and they're just jumping all over the place, and that doesn't bother you in terms of the timeline, it was okay. The father of the guy who plays tennis, or did play tennis, is Gary Busey, and he keeps coming to check up on his son as he's deteriorating, not eating, getting crazier and crazier, saying and doing weird things. The man and the woman in the apartment, the two people, the main stars, start abusing each other and you know um, physically abusing each other, and it just gets really crazy by the end of the film. So I don't know if I'd really compare it to much. It's not. I guess it's sort of a thriller with maybe some horror elements, more of like a drama thriller. Abel Ferrara had done a movie years ago where the world was ending. I think it's like, oh crap, what was it? It had a number in it, like 2099 or something. You can look it up. And in the movie, it's these two people that lock themselves in their apartment because the end of the world's coming, and they know they're all going to die. Sort of reminded me of that a little bit, but they just sit there and just slowly start going insane in Candyland. That's what they call their, I guess, their little closed off apartment from the world. And that's the gist of the film. I think that had it maybe had a bigger budget or been just a little bit more cohesive in terms of not jumping around so much, it would have been better. But by the end of the movie, I did enjoy the ending and like how crazy they had gotten. So Candyland's not one I would really recommend, but if you do want to watch it for free on Tubi, or if you have a Dollar Tree near you and you see it for a buck, you could do worse. It is kind of a slow film, but it's intriguing at the end nonetheless. So guys, let me know if you saw Candyland, what you thought of it. I thought it was eh. Thanks guys for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.